You are live. Huh. Let's see who comes. See you drop in. See, we got all these people commenting, and we're going to see who shows up. I don't think anybody's going to show up in the middle of the night, but we'll see. Let me see. Go ahead and check myself. Now, there's probably not going to be any panel. I don't see who's going to show up. I'm probably not going to be here more than 15 minutes because I got all these people in the comments section, and I want to see who's going to show up because they got all this, all the Trump supporters. See what they got to say. Yeah, I don't think they understand it either. Nah, it's just a drop in. Hey, go, Professor. What's up? I'm looking for all these Trump supporters. They're in my comment section. Trump 2024, and we'll see. You can never say never. I doubt it, but we'll see. He's got to get past all those lawsuits and other things that are going to dog him. Nah, I just happened to be finishing something up. I want to see how many of these Trump supporters are going to come out. That's what I'm waiting for. Waiting for a little Trump smoke since they're in my comment section. Nah, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but oh yeah. Well, you know what? They don't have to keep worrying about a certain group being in check. Most of the uh, females are going to be in check because of COVID-19. They're already in check. Most of the black women are already in check already. Yes, you. Yes, you, sir. Yes, you. Don't give me this who me shit. Yes, you. You got a lot to say in the comment section. Like you know what you're talking about. Step up. Yes, you, Star Intelligence. Yes, you. Let's see. How much did you have to say in my comment section? Let's go back. Let's go back and look. Let's go back and look. You are the Swami of politics. So why don't we? America's not gonna last to 20. Oh, come on, y'all. Why is it gonna go down, Hemp? Why is it? What's gonna happen to it? What's going on, Mike? I ain't seen you in a minute. No, I ain't mad at you. What I'm saying is, if you have a lot to say in my comment section constantly, why don't you come up? I'm not mad at you. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm giving you the opportunity. Because you know what it say about keyboard warriors? Yeah, 5 in the morning, I won't smoke. Hey, it happens. Yeah, the thing is that well, it's one thing if you make sense, okay, but emotional reaction and comment, if you make one emotional comment, fine, I'll pass on it. If you keep doing it, hey, and I'm up, and you're live, hey, you have a lot to say. Come on live and say it. Now I was just finishing up some work, and you post a video, and you got Trump supporters that predicting what Biden is going to do in 100 days. I told everybody what Biden was going to do in November. He's actually transparent. I said that's why he's like a clock. Everything that he mentioned he was going to do, he's done. Okay, regardless of whether you like him or not. I'm no fan of Jim Crow Joe. But the thing is, once the president gets in office, that's your president, like him or not. Do I think the decrease in black male unemployment rate had to do anything with Trump administration? It depends on how you count an unemployment rate. I think the decrease in black male employment, which was already going down anyway, is a function of the economy, one way or the other. And temporarily, you can always pump money into an economy to make an unemployment rate go down. But did you see the decrease in the black male unemployment rate in 2020? Did you see a decrease in black male unemployment in 2020? Trump lost because of COVID. He didn't handle it right. Period. No, we're not. It's all good. Now, hey, why don't you come on and say that, man? That's what the link is for. No, basically, I put up a video showing you exactly what the COVID-19 bill did. Okay, gay rights is like I said, gay rights is a tiny fraction. Gay rights is not even important. Is that what you guys focus on? Gay rights? When the country's falling down around you and basically your economy's on the verge of collapse, you focus on what? Gay rights? Really? Really? Is that what you focus on? You focus on gay rights? Really? You got half your workforce out of work. You got people getting ready to put out of their house, you know, and you focus on gay rights? Really? Oh well, hey, boss, there's the link. Prove it. You guys are saying that. Prove it. Where's your proof, sir? The United States is the leader of the New World Order. What are you talking about? The United States is the leader of the New World Order. That's why you're still wealthy, because you're the leader of it. If you know what, do you know what the New World Order meant when George Bush said it in 1991? You know what he meant? The alphabet community and immigrants just did the civil rights in the front of the of black men. Trump didn't do anything to change that, sir.
Hello, Lisa, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Speak up a little bit. You sound like you're in the bathroom, man.
Yeah, I'm coming back. But so I just want to something real quick. I'm not really into this, but I think what's going on right here is that a lot of people that used to support Donald Trump or who were adamant Trump supporters, they're having this, I guess you're going to call constant denial. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I was not the since in 2016, right, I supported Trump because personally, I thought that he was gonna stop gay rights, push for traditional rights. But what I realized is that the Republican Party uses those issues as a way to get votes. They're not
Yeah,
really serious. Right?
they didn't stop. They didn't stop anything for our gay rights. A lot of Republicans, especially the log cabin Republicans, are gay.
That's insane. And also one thing I think one thing that really broke me out of the spell is that as a young brother out here, right? When I saw Kavanaugh and Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett on the court, and then I saw Gorsuch running the majority opinion to essentially change the definition of sex in the Civil Rights Act to include the LGBT. That's when I
Yeah.
realized it's a public game. Why is Gorsuch voting with the liberals? And I think a lot of Trump supporters actually put this question, right? But before you want to come here talking about homosexuality, realize why aren't Republicans trying to overturn it? They have the vote
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And when you ask this question, all of a sudden now they become dumb. And I think I understand where they're coming from because I was there. But I think once you start to understand,
You really got to speak. I don't know if you have to talk quietly, but get closer to the mic because you really
sorry.
come out garbled. You really come out garbled, and then we can barely understand what you're talking about.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I have to, because you went like live. Yeah,
But, the thing is,
yeah,
is that I know there's a lot of kickback about policy, but the thing is that what I'm getting back is like you have a lot of people that don't know what the hell they're talking about as far as
right.
politics. Is why I don't normally do it.
But what I'm trying to let you know is that I went through
Uh-huh.
that same thing. I went through that same thing, and I'm only 19 years old.
Hmm.
I become sad, right? Because
Hmm.
let's be honest, a lot of black men are conservative, but traditionally conservative
No,
because
they're
we grew
not.
up.
No, they're not.
Well, what I mean is that they profess to be, right? A lot
They
of black
profess
people
to be. They
they profess
profess to
to be.
be traditionally conservative.
So when you have someone like Donald Trump who's saying, if you vote for me, I'll do this. It's easy for a brother out here to be pulled into that. But I think if you're not paying attention, you don't see the signs, you won't be able to see through it. I was able. What really I think broke the whole one division that Trump was putting on
Hmm.
was I think that Neil Gorsuch. When Neil Gorsuch started with the liberals, that broke the one division. That's when I could see, wow, it's really an illusion. They don't actually care about those issues. They just use it as a way to get votes. And I
Yeah.
think it's hard for a lot of black conservatives to accept that because if you come to accept a GOP doesn't really care about that stuff, then your entire argument falls apart. Your entire week falls apart. And I think you go through that period where you start questioning everything. Because before, I was like him. I used to talk about the left, all that shit, the left this, the left that. Well, now you got
Hmm.
Neil Gorsuch voting with the left. So it's a lot of things in that. But
Because at the end of the day, OG, you can go back up, man.
yeah, brother, come back here, brother.
Yeah, you can come back up and jump in. Um, at the end of the day, you have to do what's practical for the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep,
You have to do
yep.
what's practical. At the end, all that stuff about this versus that guy is basically should be done before you elect him. Once you elect him, that's your president, and either he
Yep.
does the job or he doesn't. And the thing is that at this point, you don't base him on what you think about it. You base him on what the job that he does while he's in, because he's in now,
Mm-hmm.
and the legislation he puts out is what you judge him on.
Mm-hmm. And I think I think a lot of times it's hard to accept that because people, you get so trapped in certain worldviews that you miss the bigger picture. It's easy for us to be here online and discussing about cultural issues, but if you're managing a country, there's
Hmm.
so many factors that take into place. The economy, the socialization. all these things have to be added, and a lot of times, the pie is not going to be perfect. And I think, when you start to understand then you start to understand why things come out the way they do, and why Republicans and Democrats have this thing where they'll follow certain issues, but it's like they'll always consist on others. That's something I've realized. Where, it's almost like controlled chaos in a way, where the GOP will push certain issues, Democrats will push certain issues, but it's like when it comes to certain things that have to do with the country, they all like code up. And so when it comes to Joe Biden, my thing is this: I personally believe that Joe Biden is there as a placeholder, and his job really is to stabilize the ship. That's just my personal opinion, and that they
Yeah,
really put him because
Joe Biden straight up said, and if you listen to any of his speeches, he said his job is to get America back on the tracks. That's what he said. That's what he
and so
said, straight up.
yeah, I believe you, brother. And so when I hear people talking about Roe versus Wade, I'm like, look, you right now as a country, you're facing a situation in which if you could have millions of people in the street, you have bigger issues to worry about right now than cultural issues. Because let's be honest, with you, the jury is there. And the question I have for these conservatives is, would you rather fight on these cultural issues, or would you rather be in a quote unquote economy? See, it's easy for you to get online and say all this shit when everything is going fine, but what the number one thing people care about is being able to put food on the table, food on the plate. And I think a lot of people who talk about who are Trump supporters, and me too. I used to be that. You get so embroiled in cultural issues that you forget to take a picture. So I'm like, that's what I wanted to say, to be honest. And I just want to say that I don't go harder than BGS because I was there too.
Okay.
I know your frustration. I know where you're coming from. But I think when you get into that mindset, like conservative, your entire worldview is dependent on the narrative, right? That's for example, right? I caught your recent live stream on Autumn Style, right? And you essentially broke down about the situation with slavery and how AD West essentially how the guy was created. And you could see how conservative he knew what you were saying was true. But he understood that if he was to accept that, his entire worldview falls apart. So he left the panel. That's what
Hmm.
a lot of supporters are in right now. That's what I have to go through. And I think that you have to let go of your ego of being wrong to accept it. And let's be honest here, a lot of people in the States, they would rather hold on to their ego. They would rather be wrong and hold on to their ego than be right and let go of it. I would just tell the people as you hop on these panels, let go of your ego. Okay? There's no point in trying to hold on to your ego and trying to be right. That's what I gotta say. Oh, we
Yeah.
got OG. Go ahead.
Wait, at the end of the day, basically, um, either you're right or you're wrong, and
Hmm.
no matter ego is going to make you right. Either you're right or you're wrong. Either you correct or you aren't. Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
as far as the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill, Joe, basically, Joe Biden said some of that was going to be in there in November, and you weren't going to get a stimulus bill, but Jerome Powell said your COVID vaccines to open up the economy that you were going to use weren't going to be ready in time. That's like I'm
Hmm.
going to have to give you a second stimulus because the only reason you got a partial stimulus in December is because you needed to keep people. You had 17 million people, maybe 20 million people that needed to keep their unemployment insurance. Otherwise, they'd been out in the street. Okay. And the second one is actually hold up the campaign promise. Joe Biden's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. And that's what really, at the end of the day, that's what you want from a president. Okay. You don't want no surprises. If the man says he's going to do something, whether you do agree with it or you disagree with it, did he do what he said he was going to do?
Yeah,
Did you
he
agree
do.
with it or didn't? Joe Biden has done exactly what he says said he was going to do from the very beginning. And every signing, uh, every legislation, every piece of legislation that you've seen from Joe Biden is exactly what he said he was going to do. In other words, what he said in fact, if you hear what he told the black folks, right, when he had the so-called Zoom call with the civil rights leaders that was just mistakenly leaked, he didn't lie. He said, "I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be straight up to you." He said, I wasn't going to run again. He said it. I wasn't going to run again. If I came back, he told the powers that be, if I'm coming back, I'm coming back, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. He hasn't lied.
And devious. But let me respond to Story Intelligence talking about how
You
the
guys can
election.
jump in at any time. You don't have to wait on us.
Whenever I hear that nonsense, my thing is this: he's saying that he doesn't want to embarrass people for claiming the election was stolen. If you have all these facts, why don't you come with a pen and say that? Because I'm tired of Trump supporters who want to lie. You
Yeah.
had the GOP in Georgia saying it didn't happen. Like stop spreading these conspiracy theories.
In other words, dude, you have no proof. If you got hardcore proof that the election was stolen, you got hardcore proof. Where is it? Because you had 60 judges that said there was no proof. So regardless of whether it was stolen, when elections have been stolen before, guess what, son? It's over.
I think these ones, these here.
Yeah.
No, I was waiting for you to finish. I see that the guy in the comment section triggered BGS. Looks like the guy in the comment section that was talking about Biden's tax plan gave you the impetus to open this up at 2 a.m. But
it's only going to be about an hour, man. I'm going to jump off.
No, but people are so on one side or the other that they can't call this thing the way that it is.
Yeah.
He pushed through legislation that Trump couldn't push through.
Yeah.
He pushed through a bigger bill that Trump couldn't get done in a smaller bill. And like you said, had Trump pushed that bill through,
he'd still be president.
He probably would have won the presidency. So and why root against this guy, man? Don't you want things to get better? Don't you want the quality of your life to get better or improve?
You know what? A lot of black men, this is a gynocracy, man, and a lot of black men get their sensibilities from their mothers. They'd rather be right than things to get better.
Damn it, BGS. That's what I came in for, just to tell Beasley. No, they would rather prove a point. You beat me to the punch. They would rather prove a point than to see things get better, Beasley.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't give a shit who was the damn president, man. Get the money flowing. Get the economy going. Get the money flowing. Biden may come out pretty good because I think they're opening things up early again, but they're trying to open it up to see if the infections go up.
They're opening it up. In fact, it was just a lot of the stuff that we said a long time ago about the injections, the vaccines. The CDC just, I think I had to go back and check it, but CDC just said if you basically you don't have to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated. Okay, that's what the whole thing was to do, get the economy back to normal.
You know something?
Michael Merriweather. If it's number one, if it's baby boomer babble, what are you doing here? Number one. Number two,
and I'm not a boomer.
And the link is in the description, so you can come up. And neither was Hammer.
It's just looking at the facts, and to their dismay, Biden's going to get the credit for getting us out of this thing, even though it ran its course, and they just were doing what either administration was going to do. But Biden's going to end up getting the credit.
Yeah.
And one thing about this economy, no matter what it goes through, it seems to find a way to recover for a period. Not for everybody. It recovers for those in position. It never recovers for the bottom.
At the end of the day, there's only so many things that you can do. Okay. At the end of the day, the packet is on your desk is the packet that's on your desk, and you got to handle it. And the first thing that he had to do, everybody knew what he had to do, is get the economy, get COVID under control and get the economy back on footing. Right. In fact, everybody knows that it's just like a probationary period, first 100 days. Even Trump got 100 days. Okay, before people started really going in on him. Because your cabinet's not set, your administration is not filled out, and basically you're really not functioning at 100%. So you can't really judge a president in his first month and a half. It's impossible.
No,
it's impossible. He's got legislation through in his first month and a half, probably because it's an emergency. You really don't have much of a choice, but everybody knew that the minimum wage, $15 an hour minimum wage, what they've been trying to push through since 2009, it's not going to get through, especially in his first year. It's not going to happen.
Can we also admit that a lot of brothers are so sour and so bitter and angry at sisters that they'll just root for whatever other side that the sisters are against? Can we just, because I see a lot of brothers are slowly sneaking in with their conservative ideas. I'm not railing against Republicans and conservatives, black Republicans and conservatives, but I know you see it too, BGS. They're slowly worming their way in with all the conservative shit because sisters tend to vote Democrat, and I'm like, nigga, this shit, you realize that some of this shit will bite you in the ass too, though.
I'm gonna give you another timeout, Star, because you got two choices. The panel's open for you. Now, if you're gonna be taking shots, I don't like to hire people from the panel for bullshit, man. But
wow, I didn't even see his comment, and I just realized I was talking to him.
Hey, BGS.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen.
Yes.
Isn't it kind of a coincidence? The president, number 45.
Okay.
He was going to ride to a clear victory.
Due
to the economy.
Okay. And what happened? And what happened?
The economy just tanks in all of the blue states, and they crush them. That's the only way that they could beat him.
Of course.
And now everything is opening up, and everybody's like, it doesn't take rocket science to figure this out.
Okay. Tell me who did it and why.
Well, he was a populist president.
So
they didn't want a populist president because the people that support the populist president are the small business owners, and they got to crush the small business owners in order to take this country down.
Okay. Guess where the virus came from, man.
I know where it came from. We discussed it before.
You discussed it, right? Okay. Guess who closed down the program?
I know he did. Well, Trump. No, Obama. I know Obama did.
Guess who opened the program back up?
I know, but Trump didn't he didn't know that these globalists were going to double cross.
That's his goddamn fault. He killed himself.
Anthony Fauci double crossed him.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He's the one that did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. How are you gonna double cross him? You're the president of the United States. You know you're supposed to know everything that goes across your desk, right? Because y'all got all these experts, right? Why would you open up a program that another president closed?
Because that weasel came to him and told him how great that program was.
Okay. Well then, guess what? You're the president of the United States. You got to take that hit, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's all well and good, but for these people to come up here and talk like,
guess when? Let him finish what he's saying, BGS. I want to hear what he's saying.
No. What I'm saying is, guess when Donald Trump knew about the virus, sir?
Yeah, back in November.
He gave authorization to Fauci, according to you, in 2017.
Guess when he knew that the virus had gotten out, sir?
In 2019.
In 2019, and guess what his military told him, sir?
I don't know what they told him.
In other words, all the precautions that he needed to take, and all the protocols that he needed to take, and guess what he didn't do?
Well, of course he wouldn't, because he didn't want to tank the economy that was going to help him get reelected.
Okay. Well then, guess what?
Okay, I can admit that, but see, all these Negroes that come up here on your panel and act like it was no conspiracy to get them out of here, they make me sick.
Where is the conspiracy, sir?
The conspiracy was they used that virus to tank the economy.
No, they didn't. No, prove it, sir.
Come on, man.
That's where you're wrong.
Prove it. Prove it.
Listen,
okay,
hold on a second.
I live in St. Louis. I live in St. Louis.
Who's they?
Who's they?
The globalist.
Who's they?
The globalist.
Name me one of them or two of them.
Name you one. How about Klaus Schwab?
Klaus Schwab actually warned you about the virus, and Klaus
Okay.
Klaus Schwab actually warned people about, guess what? Messing with gain of function. Guess who opened it up?
I understand that.
What thing is, if you open Pandora's box, whose fault is that?
God, man.
And
Okay.
I'll give you one better. It's predictable. If Trump and all the people on that side are big business, it's predictable what Trump would have did. Left the economy open so that you don't close it because you're in the middle of a trade war with China. And what he did was very predictable. So you got to take that L. Trump got to take that L.
Okay, but sir, okay. On that
Okay,
point, don't
okay,
act
calm down,
like-
calm down, calm down. Hold on, calm
Okay.
down. It makes sense, okay?
Okay, but I'm just saying, don't act like
No. Hey, don't act like. Give us facts and give us scenarios, because
okay. So the fact is, like I discussed with other people, I knew as soon as Trump lost the election that miraculously the economy was going to open up.
it's still not open.
It's opening up. Look,
It's opening
like
up.
I said, Illinois is a state almost like California, due to
No,
Chicago
it's not. No, it's
politics.
not. Not even close.
The
Not
bars,
even close.
and
Not even close. Not even close, sir.
the bars and everything are wide. Illinois had some of the stringent
No, it didn't.
lockdown
No.
measures. Yes, they did.
No,
I looked into it, I'm telling you.
California had one of the most stringent lockdowns.
And Illinois did too.
And you're
No,
talking
they
about the fifth largest economy on the planet, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Let's get a couple things straight, right?
Mhm.
Who authorized the vaccines to authorize the vaccines and to work on the vaccines?
Who Trump did?
Or Trump did, right?
Yes.
Who actually planned to actually authorize the emergency vaccines even before the election? Who did that?
Trump.
Trump. So in other words, these vaccines were coming no matter who's going to be president.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the vaccine.
No. Well, nope. Hold on a second. No, yes, you are talking about the vaccine. They're using the vaccine to do what? Open up the economy. Trump was going to do. Yes.
Because a lot of people aren't going to take it. They know it.
Well, prove it, sir.
Okay, I'll prove it. Again, we have one of the top medical.
No. Prove it, sir. Who all this stuff is in place because guess what? Biden didn't become president until when? January. He could not have put all this stuff in place.
Of course not.
Who had to put the stuff in place?
The former president.
The former president. In other words, Trump had already planned to do this anyway. Okay? He already planned to do this anyway.
Okay.
So in other words, regardless who was president, this was going to happen anyway.
The thing about it is, Trump would have preferred not to close the economy down.
Why did he close the economy down? Who closed the economy down?
The governors of the individual.
No. Trump closed the economy down. Remember in March? I follow this stuff every day. Who's president?
In March, but I'm saying it was left up to the governors and the local health officials to make final decisions.
Did Biden close the economy down?
No, he didn't.
He wasn't even president. Who was president when the economy got closed down?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
So saying that somebody else. No, hold on a second. So saying that somebody else did it is what, sir? Bullshit.
No, it's not.
It is.
Who
closed the economy?
The blue governors are the ones that are responsible for the downturn in the economy.
How's that, sir?
The man just said California is the 5th largest economy in the world. That guy, Gavin Newsom, that dictator out there.
Yeah.
He shut that down.
Okay. Oh, guess where I live, sir?
I know where you live.
Where do I live?
And that's why they trying to.
Where do I live, sir?
You live in California.
I live in Los Angeles. Guess who second to New York? Who has basically second to New York City has the highest COVID death rate in the country?
I hear you.
Los Angeles. I have people that died from that shit, sir. Okay, the COVID got so bad in California, they were letting people die, sir.
Hey, people die, man. Some people gonna die.
It doesn't matter. What Gavin and basically Beasley is in California too. Gavin Newsom did exactly what he needed to do, because if he didn't do it, as strict as the lockdowns were, had a hell of a lot more people dead.
Hey, BGS, what's the numbers? What's the COVID death numbers?
The COVID death numbers for California?
No, for the U.S.
For the U.S. is
over 500,000. It's like
last
five and some change.
It's 530,000
million people in this country.
Yeah.
Okay, that's less than 1%.
Guess
That's insignificant.
Guess insignificant.
Yeah.
What is it? A century ago? Guess what the worst pandemic in the U.S. was?
Oh, Spanish flu or smallpox.
How many people did it kill?
I mean,
How many people did it kill? 680,000 people, right?
Okay,
Over a period of 3 years.
The population was a lot smaller.
And they didn't go through a lockdown, sir.
Okay.
So in other words, if you don't know what you're dealing with, you got two choices. Either you open it up and roll with the punches and risk a whole bunch of people being dead with something you don't know what you're dealing with, or slow down and get a handle on it.
I think herd immunity would have been a better.
I actually have a question for BGS. When
you still don't have herd immunity, even with vaccination. How many people need to die for herd immunity? Do you know?
I don't know that. I don't know that. Do you know that?
In other words, herd immunity happens when enough people die off, and that's when 70% of the people get inoculated. And the initial death rate of COVID-19 when it was in Europe was about 6 to 10%. So basically, you'd have had to have kill off like 15 to 20 million people for herd immunity without a lockdown or without some kind of a process. Are you willing to accept that?
I don't believe that.
Well, you don't believe it. You don't have to believe it.
No, I don't believe that.
Because you're uninformed about herd immunity. That's a term that they threw around that you didn't investigate.
15 to 20 million people. How many people died in the with the Spanish flu?
In the United States?
No, worldwide.
50 million people.
50 million. And in the U.S., how many?
683,000.
Okay, and we had a lot much because back then the population for the world was only 2 billion.
And also, guess what? It wasn't as much. It's called density, sir.
Right.
And basically, we this is just the first year of COVID-19. We have no clue what it's going to do we?
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
You don't have to be worried because it's not up to you.
Yeah, but again, a lot of people that
but prove that the globalists had something to do with this, man.
Come on, man. Like
ain't no.
How many people have taken the vaccine?
Sir, prove it. Prove it.
I'm gonna Google and tell you how many people are they saying has taken the vaccine. Let's see.
Actually, let me ask you a question real quick. What would you have liked to see done if you were president? No President Trump, no Biden. If you were president, what would you have done? What would you have liked to see done?
I would have left the economy open, and I would have.
What does that mean? So, what would you do about COVID? Just leave it. What would you do?
If you let me talk, I would tell you.
Okay.
I would have left it up to each individual person.
Okay. All right. Okay. So basically,
these niggas don't know what a community or a country or a nation is.
Hold on, man. Hold on. So who made the call? Who made the call?
Who made the call?
Yes.
What are you talking about? I mean, Trump locked down in March.
Trump made the call. Did Biden make the call?
In March.
Did Biden make the call?
No, he didn't. He wasn't the president then.
So you can't blame him, can you?
But that was his main criticism of Trump, though. That was his main criticism of Trump running against Trump in the election.
The thing is, if that's the case, how come if you know the 6 months, if you know what you have because you actually were in on the gain of function program. You know, it escaped. How come it takes you 6, 7 months, 8 months to get masks for first responders?
I am not sure.
You're not sure, okay? But is that not the president's fault?
And business also probably.
No. Basically, the president can use the War Act to actually produce masks if you know something's coming. He can do that. You spent $10 trillion saving Wall Street. I'm sure you can spend a few billion making masks.
Hey, BGS, according to Google, only 9.35% of the total population of the U.S. has been fully vaccinated.
How many people is that?
30.7 million.
And that's only been in what? 2 months, 3 months?
Okay, not even 2 months.
So we're opening up.
Not even 2 months.
Opening up, just like I said, we're opening up with only 9% of the population being vaccinated.
It's basically, guess what? California is not. They only have a couple states that are really opening. They're really opened. You have 2 states, and they just started this week. That's Mississippi and Texas. How about the other? How about the other 48? I'm in California. We're not open like that.
South Dakota now. I mean, Missouri is open for real. It's just up to these small. It's up to these in Kansas City still have more strict measures, but like right across right across the Missouri River in St. Charles, it's wide open.
So in other words, it's step by step, slowly opening up, right?
No, like I said, BGS,
it's not wide open. It's not wide open, man. What are you talking about?
The bars in Illinois now are open just like they once were. You go in with a mask, and then when you get in there, nobody's wearing a mask.
Okay, they were doing that during the lockdown. What are you talking about?
Because the
yes, they were. Yes, they were. Yes, they were, man. In Florida, they were doing that in Florida.
I'm saying in Illinois.
What I'm saying is, you try to use Illinois as a representation of all 50 states.
Well, Illinois has some of the most stringent lockdown measures, just like your state.
But guess what? Guess what? My state is still semi-lockdown, right?
Yeah, they are supposedly like Chicago.
No, it's supposedly and actually are 2 different things, man. Right?
Well, I guarantee you, people out there in LA are doing some things.
No, okay, dude. Where do I live?
I know you live in LA, but LA's a big vast.
Do you live in LA?
No, but I have family in Linwood and Hawthorne.
You know what? People, when I go into stores, when I go into places, right? People wear masks. You know where they fucking wear masks? Where they didn't before? They have family members that died. They're scared shitless. I had family members that had this shit but damn near died, man. They're scared. That's why. So it has nothing to do with the rules of the lockdown in Los Angeles. People that didn't wear masks people are wearing masks more now than they did with the lockdown. I'm gonna tell you, because when the lockdown happened in March and April, people were walking around without masks. After the people start dropping dead, they start wearing masks.
Well, they were forced to.
They weren't forced to.
Yeah.
How?
You were going to no business. Because I mean, you were basically forced to. You damn near had to get into a fight with people.
You still have to wear masks when you walk into a store.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you didn't have to at first.
Yes, you do.
Not here. Not in Missouri.
Well, that's Missouri, man. You know how big Missouri is compared to California?
Yeah, I know we don't have, but I'm just saying.
In other words, you guys were still doing the same shit that you've been doing all along.
Could I give the brother the definition of nation, please? Right. A large body of people united by common decent history, culture, language, inhabiting a particular country or territory.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, man.
Hey,
I know you don't, because you don't know what you're talking about. So you gotta dismiss what I'm talking about.
Hey, are we cussing you out? Is that the kind of thing we're getting ready to do?
I didn't cuss him out. I just said I don't.
Hey, what did I just say? What did I just say? If that's the kind of thing we're going to do, because I have been holding mine. Okay,
I get it.
Yes, can I add some truth to this real quick?
Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt the debate, but this brother's on here saying there was no federal lockdown, and that's absolutely untrue. I work in DOD.
Bro, I didn't say that.
Can I finish, brother, please? No, can I finish, brother? The whole government was locked down. We've been locked down since last. Brother, can I finish? Can I finish?
I got him.
Because there's not just you, John. There's people in the chat room too. So I'm just doing this for. I'm not even here to argue. I'm just here to give
public service announcement.
This is a public service announcement because I actually work in DOD, and I have friends and colleagues who work in State Department, people back in the Pentagon. All that shit is shut down. So when you say there's no federal lockdown, yes, there were. We're not in the work. We're not in the buildings. In fact, who you think controls the education system, the Department of Education? So who gives guidelines? The federal government. What Trump did, he just went to a certain point and then left it to the states. But we did have a federal lockdown. That's all I want to say, BJS.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
And we're still in a lockdown.
I'm not saying Trump was wrong. Okay. But the thing is, what you're trying to do is say that the globalists and all these people do. Globalists had nothing to do with 200 countries doing the same thing, man. We talked about
9% of the population has the vaccine, and we're opening up. Just like we knew that once Biden got in, miraculously everything was going to get better. That's all I'm saying.
It's not miraculous, dude. It was already this stuff was already planned before Biden even got elected.
Of course.
Before he got elected, Biden didn't plan. This is already. It didn't matter who was in office. That's what you don't understand.
What's interesting is if the economy was booming right now, they'll give all the credit to Trump.
Yeah.
But they tanked it purposely, so it couldn't be booming.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking?
What are you talking about, man?
It locked the economy down. Your most populous states, like your state, BGS, locked down, as opposed to Florida, who stayed open, and the economy did better.
So how?
No, we didn't. Actually, I live in Florida. No, we did not. I live in Florida.
Florida shut down, opened back up, and then shut back down again. It's not
Thank you. Exactly. I live in Florida. No, we did not. We did not bounce back. We did not do better. DeSantis fought tooth and nail to leave the economy open, all the way to the point where even Trump was like, I don't know. You don't remember that? You don't remember Trump saying if something happened with Florida?
He had to shut Florida down.
So, brother, if you're going to talk about Florida, make sure you know what you're talking about.
A lot sooner than any place else.
Yes, and we shut right back down.
Shut back down. Yeah.
Again.
Dude, he's in Florida. John, use some facts, man.
That is the fact.
No, can I ask you a question, BGS?
Go ahead, dude.
I'm just curious, BGS. I'm just curious because there's this notion that all of this has been done by the globalists to get Trump out of office, and I'm just trying to figure out why did Spain economy and Italy's economy and Germany's economy and all these other economies around the world suffer just to get Trump out of office? The insanity of this Trumpism fanboy shit is beyond reality. The whole world went through a shutdown, went through calamities. I mean, economies are lost, businesses are lost. There's industries that are suffering all throughout the world trying to recover. Just look at the entertainment industry, the fucking festival industry in Europe. They trying to, the governments are now subsidizing, paying people to keep them afloat so they can open up this year. And now they just decided to close down Glastonbury again this year. There's a lot of things going on in the rest of the world, bro, that does not affect America.
It's called universal.
We got to get out of this goddamn bubble.
It's called universal basic income. Bro.
What do you understand by the universal?
I understand, but what did that have to do with Trump, though? That's my question.
Okay.
What did any of that shit have to do with Trump? What did anything that had to do with in Korea had to do with Trump? What did anything that had to do with Japan and how they shut down and the policies they put in place had to do with Trump?
I just told BGS. I just said the globalists could not have a populist president because
they don't care. They don't care.
It's not a global thing.
This is a fact. The populist.
You're a globalist?
Wait a minute.
That's not a globalist thing.
The populist
prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
The small business class.
Prove it.
Populist.
Prove it.
Prove
it.
Hey, BS, I gotta go back to work, BS.
All right.
I just want to come up and lay some place.
All right.
Lay down some cover fire.
Okay.
Are you disputing that?
Am I disputing what?
Are you disputing that the populists are supported by the small business owners?
Supported by the no.
You said they're not.
I just who got the biggest tax breaks? Was the small business owners or was it the globalist corporations?
Of course, the globalist corporations, but the small businesses people did well.
So how does Trump get in office without the big global corporations backing him?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
But he had the backing of the small business class.
And Trump is only a populist because you guys like him, not because of his policies.
He's being compared to Ronald Reagan.
In other words,
Ronald Reagan's not a populist.
In other words, somebody was complaining about Trump and the payroll protection plan. Most of your small businesses got actually shut down under Trump under COVID because he didn't handle it. He didn't handle it right.
Well, that was also due to the local governments too.
No. Because I had a whole bunch of people complaining about how the PPP was distributed and to actually keep small businesses afloat. Because trust and believe, they gave the Fed gave like $5-6 trillion to big corporations to keep them afloat. I didn't see Trump actually campaigning for the small businesses.
Well, you had to do certain criteria.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a little money.
You got a little money, but the vast majority of small businesses, especially black businesses, got to shut down, didn't they?
But that's because they didn't know how to fill out the paperwork.
Well, then the thing is that they should have people helping them out.
It's easy. All you have to do is read and comprehend.
Basically, there was a guy, Louis Rossman, who has a big presence on YouTube, has a small business. He applied for it. He took everybody through the process. Okay. And there was a big complaint about how the PPP was distributed. It basically was very uneven and very unprofessional.
Big businesses were taking everything, BGS.
Businesses were taking everything. So if you go back and look at it, man,
your governor's
it's not.
And it wasn't governors, man.
No, brother, you got it wrong, brother.
They
did an investigation. They did an investigation on this.
Yeah, it's a federal program. In fact, Biden came in and actually basically shored up what the PPP was supposed to do. He actually corrected it. Because at the end of the day, what matters is getting the economy back afloat. It doesn't matter who sits in the seat. So it doesn't matter who the globalists don't care. Basically, if you screw up the economy, the globalists are going to chunk you aside. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't care who's in the seat. That's what you don't understand.
The globalists are priming us for the new economy.
What is the new economy supposed to be?
All digital.
All digital. Okay.
No more M1 money supply at all.
Okay. So if the globalists don't, anything about global finance, anything.
Are you referring to like how countries borrow and buy?
Yeah, how the system works.
Somewhat, yeah.
Oh, how much is the global economic system in debt right now?
Like $400 trillion.
A little bit about that, right? Yeah. So what would it take to actually reset the whole money supply, put people on UBI, and go digital? Would it take a virus?
You would have to do something even more catastrophic.
Like what?
God knows.
Okay, you could do it much quicker. It's called a bank run, sir.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you could do that.
You do one big bank like Deutsche Bank, which they saved.
Yeah, in Germany,
which was $49 trillion in debt. They saved it. They pulled it out of his ass because they don't want the whole thing to collapse, right?
Right, but this thing can't continue.
And of course it can't. So in other words, if it can't continue, what's the next step?
You're gonna have to pull the plug.
You have to pull the plug, right?
Right. So
if it can't continue, you got to pull the plug. So you say the globalists are priming us to do what? Is it for our detriment or for our benefit?
It's gonna hurt a lot more than it's gonna help.
Really? How so?
Because everybody ain't gonna make it.
So if the thing collapses, how many people are gonna make it?
I have no idea. You know it's gonna get ugly.
So okay, well, put you in a globalist seat. What's your alternative?
Hey, there is no alternative.
Sure there is. There's two of them. Either you make a plan to transition people to a new thing, okay, or you let things collapse and you take your chances. Which one you gonna do?
You're trying to plan it, but it,
you try to plan it.
You rather plan it.
So you rather plan it. So in other words, you rather transition to this new thing.
Yeah, but it's not going smoothly.
Who said it was? Well, what's your alternative?
I mean, you know, let it crash and burn.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think is gonna happen if it crashes and burns?
I think it's gonna be, honestly, I think it's a combination of both.
No, what I'm saying is that's not the question I asked you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is gonna happen if it crashes and burns?
Anarchy.
Anarchy. So how many people are you gonna think is gonna die under anarchy? Especially when trade breaks down.
Well, I will say this: I have heard Bill Gates
gut feeling. How many?
Oh my gosh! I mean, man,
If I may. So, brother, I asked you earlier, what would you? Go ahead.
No, hold on. You get back, jump in a second.
Well,
I'm walking him through his logic because he's never thought about it.
I have thought about it. I mean,
no, you have. If you thought about it, you'd be able to give me an answer. You haven't thought about this.
It might be up to, half the population.
Oh, 50%. How many people is that?
That's roughly like 175 million.
No, I'm globally. We're not talking about locally. Because you're not talking about the local United States. You talk about globalists are not basically concentrated on one country, are they?
Globally, that could be about 3.7, 3.8 billion people.
Oh, really? So if you do nothing, you get 4 billion people dead.
Mm-hmm.
You want to live with that?
Listen, aren't they saying that?
Are you, sir, willing to live with that?
If it was me, no.
Okay, so what would you do?
I would try to transition.
Really? To what?
To the new system.
To the new system. What is the new system, sir?
It would be probably like, the UBI along with the new digital system,
So basically the globalists are not trying to kill you, are they?
Yes.
They are. How?
The reason why I say that is because they've already said that the population needs to be greatly reduced.
Okay, so
around 2 billion.
So why don't you let everything crash and have 4 billion or 5 billion people die?
It may happen.
Why don't you just let it crash?
It may happen.
Why don't you just let it crash?
I don't make those decisions.
In other words, and why would you try to transition to a new system and trying to get rid of people?
I said I would. You asked me what I would do, sir.
So in other words, are they not trying to transition us to you have something against them trying to transition us to a new system?
I don't, but I don't know if they're
No. You just said it. The globalists are trying COVID-19 and what's going on is them trying to transition us to a new system with the UBI and digital money, right? Didn't you just say that?
I did say that. You're right. Yeah, I did.
All right.
I've been working a lot.
Nah, man, don't give me that bullshit.
I'm tired, man.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I've been up all day too. Don't give me that bullshit.
Me too.
No, man. Hey. I've been doing this a long time. I know bullshit when I smell it. You take your L and be satisfied with it. Anybody else want to come up?
But I actually had brother.
You defeated your own argument, sir. In other words, basically the easiest way to get rid of people. And thank you, Leonard, for the Cash App, and also Go Professor for the Cash App. Appreciate you. Basically, the UBI. If you understand what the UBI is, right? The UBI is an emergency situation because guess what? UBI is there because if automation takes over, guess what's going to happen to people?
No jobs.
No jobs. How do you handle people, keep people alive with no jobs?
You got to keep them sustained.
With what? With what?
With money.
With money.
Or some form of currency.
Or some form of currency. Okay, and because they have no job, right?
And health insurance.
And health insurance, health costs will drop to zero because the biggest cost of health is basically number one, people, are also administration. 70% of your health cost is administration. But the thing is, we had to put those people out of work, right? So in other words, you don't have Automation takes over people's jobs. They don't have a job. Guess what you have to do for them?
Hey, BGS.
Yes, sir.
What's the incentive of keeping a useless eater alive?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do robots and AIs buy things?
No, they don't.
So who are you making shit for?
You don't need as much. You don't need as much now, just because you have AI.
What kind of economy do you have if there's no people using your goods or services? I'll wait,
brother. The economy is a.
I'll wait.
I hear you. I'm just saying.
I know you're just saying. I asked you a question. What kind of economy do you have with no people?
You don't have one.
Exactly. That's the dilemma. You haven't thought about it.
And the population is already stagnating. I don't know if you know that already.
Basically, you guys don't have to take pot shots in the comment section. There's a link.
Hey, BGS, with the advent of artificial intelligence,
yes,
nature, you don't need, and these rich, the elite, they have access to technologies that we will never get to because of their money. You don't need people anymore.
Okay, if you don't need people, why are you trying to keep them alive?
That's my whole thing. I don't know what they are.
In other words, you have no economy, sir. There's a transition.
That's a really good point. I never thought of that.
It's a transition.
To live.
Uh-huh.
If you have technologies to live for, say, 200 some years.
Uh-huh.
You have artificial intelligence that can deliver food, whatever, to you.
Uh-huh.
They can farm the land, grow the crops, whatever. Robots.
Okay. You don't feed robots.
I'm saying you don't have to feed robots.
Give them a little oil and some fuses or something.
Now you will have an automaton class, a class of people that will be semi like a person, but he'll be more like a cyborg.
Okay, so morally, is that okay with you?
Well, it's not my decision.
And that's not your decision. So are you? But you're against the so-called globalists transitioning you to a system that's sustainable.
I don't believe they are.
So what is all this? So what is all this great reset?
What do you think they are trying to do then?
And what all this?
What I think they are trying to do, I think they are slowly trying to eliminate a great deal of the population. That's what I think they're trying to do.
So they're slowly trying to do it, right?
Yes.
In other words, they're not trying to do it all at once, right?
Right.
So
it would cause chaos.
So would you? They don't care about chaos.
Yeah, they do. We got guns still here in the U.S. The citizens are armed.
You know. Okay, let me ask you a question, man.
Let
me ask you a question. How many citizens? How many citizens that you have? You line them all up. How many you got?
How many people they have weapons in this country?
I mean, how many? Just take one battle, okay? How many citizens you gonna have with guns? Line them up. How many you got? Give me a number.
You mean in the U.S.?
No, I'm talking about say some people with guns, they want to fight, they're upset, and they want to hold up, and they got a whole bunch of pistols and guns and whatever they have, right? And they want to hold up and they want to protest. How give me a number.
Take the same amount that raided the Capitol. Was that 10,000?
Just give me a number. I'm asking John.
Oh, okay.
Just give me a number.
I'm
asking you.
How many?
Yeah. How many? In other words, you said people are going to get us some protests with guns and whatnot. So give me a number. How many people?
No, I said people will fight. I said people who fight.
Oh, they will fight. Oh, say just give me one particular skirmish or battle. Just how many people?
The people will probably take a
list, folks. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm giving you a scenario. Okay, I'm building a scenario. Give me a number. Say in the city of St. Louis. Say you guys all had guns, right? And you were protesting against the globalists. Okay, how many people would think will line up with guns and actually come out and protest?
Oh man, I'd say about 40%.
So how many is that?
In St. Louis, that would be about 700,000.
Okay, 700,000, right? Okay, okay. You got guns and weapons and all kind of bullshit, right?
Right.
Okay, and it's just the globalists, right? And okay, and we need to neutralize or kill 700,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without a bomb, right?
Right.
Okay. You ever heard of a mosquito drone?
Yeah.
Okay, little tiny thing, right?
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, say I temp it with some carfentanil, maybe a couple of grams of carfentanil, right?
Yeah.
And I say I take a big ass Reaper drone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped 1 million mosquito drones over their population.
Mm-hmm.
And any human being walking around in that circumference is going to get not lit up, but stung on their skin, the mosquito drone, with a couple of grams of carfentanil. That's going to kill you within like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How many guns do I need?
You don't need any.
How long would it take me to kill 700,000 people in that scenario?
Hey, it probably wouldn't take that long at all.
In other words, that's what you're up against.
A matter of minutes.
In a matter of minutes.
But people, this is the United States, man. We got a fighting spirit. That's how this country.
Okay. Okay.
The Native Americans thought the same thing.
John.
Yeah.
What is a fighting spirit? Even if you have a gun, they're going to do against a 1 million mosquito drones tipped with carfentanil.
Hey, look, man. Where there's a will,
John, what is it going to do?
I mean, it ain't gonna do anything.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I was told that anybody would be better than Trump. Is Biden better than Trump thus far?
So far.
Bullshit.
Why?
What planet are you on, BGS?
I'm in Los Angeles on planet Earth.
You're not on Earth right now. If you're talking about Biden is better than Trump right now.
Okay. What is
he better? Lay out to me how he's better.
Actually, he's better organized. Number one.
How?
Number one, basically, he's already pushed through legislation within a matter of before his first 100 days.
He's pushed through bullshit legislation.
Oh, really? Okay.
The vast majority of his executive orders are really the same executive order. In addition to the fact that a lot of the legislation that's being pushed through is not him pushing it through, it's Nancy Pelosi. So no, he's not more organized.
In other words,
he's a puppet. How is he better than Trump and he's a puppet and he's suffering from dementia?
How is he better than Trump? Because basically Trump had no plan. Okay, basically he's regardless of whether he had dementia or not. The one thing the good guy is a legislator. He's a manager. He's been doing this for 40 years. He's been doing this for 40 years. Okay,
he's been a fuck up for 40 years.
Well, fuck up for 40 years. Well, we'll see.
Fuck up for 40 years. In fact, Trump was a top. Wait a minute. There are top individuals in the Obama administration that said that if he ever became president, it would be a total disaster.
Well, we'll see.
That's not me. Hold on for a second. That's not me saying that. That's people in the Obama administration, including Obama himself, who's quoted as saying that. And every single thing that they predicted he would do, that I also predicted he would do, he's doing right now, which is fucking up.
Oh, how has he fucked up?
How is he fucked up?
Yes.
One, he's not doing any of the things that he said he would do for the individuals that he claimed he was going to do it for.
Like what?
Number one, he said the first day he'd be in office, the checks would roll out. They did not.
Okay.
He also said that he was going to do college debt reform. He has not.
Okay.
There's a number of things that he said he was going to do that he has not. He hasn't even given a State of the Address speech.
So?
What do you mean so?
So?
What do you mean so?
How is that? How is that?
Last 100 years. How is 100 years a president has not?
How is that fucking up? Trump is first 6 months didn't have couldn't even fill out his whole administration.
Trump under President Trump, you had records broken. Under President Trump, you had record unemployment. Under President Trump, you had record unemployment. Under President Trump, you had record low black incarceration rate. Under President Trump, you had a booming economy. You had the freaking market reach an all-time high.
So where's the market now? Where's the market right? Where is the market right now? Where is the market right now?
You asked me a question.
Basically, okay. I asked you a question. I can have pushback. It's my show. Where's the market right now?
It's in the crapper.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Look at it.
Yes, it is.
It's at an all-time high. Look at it.
It is.
It just recovered.
The market has not been in the all-time high. The market has actually been in the crapper, which is the main reason why you have so many people putting their money to
which market are we going to look at? Pick one.
We're talking about
Dow Jones, SPX. Which one?
We're talking about the whole thing. We're talking about the whole thing.
No. Which market? Dow Jones, SPX, NDX, what?
BGS. That shit might work with John. That shit don't work.
No, it does work. It does work. It's called facts. It's called facts, sir.
No, it doesn't.
It's called facts, sir.
It doesn't. The market has been crap lately.
It's called facts, sir.
Anybody that has any money in the market knows that the market has been crap lately.
Okay. That is a picture of the market. Where's it at?
What view do you have it on?
I have it on daily. You want to have it on weekly?
Daily. So you're talking about the market just now starting to come up?
No. Where is it? Is it at all-time high, man?
You're talking about the market just now coming up?
No, it's been an all-time high. Where's it been in the crapper? Where's it at?
So the market didn't plummet the moment that Biden got in office.
When the market, well, let's look back in.
The market didn't plummet the moment he got in office.
Okay, the market didn't plummet the moment he got in office. Let's go back and look.
Oh my God.
Let's go back and look. Where is it now? Where is it now? Where is it now, sir?
The disingenuous.
Where is it now, sir?
Disingenuous.
Where is it now, sir? You said is it at all time?
Who's
in office now, sir? Who's in office now? Who's in office now, sir? Who's in office now, sir?
Very easy.
Who's in office now, sir?
BGS, I thought you was an intellectual.
I am. Who's in office now,
sir? Why are you acting like a strag right now?
I'm not a strag, sir.
Yes, you are. You're talking over me.
No.
You're repeating the same thing over and over.
I asked you a question. Where's the market?
And you asked me a question. How am I answering it if you're constantly saying the same thing over and over?
Okay, explain it to me.
Okay, number one, what you're doing is disingenuous.
Why?
Because the market has been jumping up and down, but the market has been overall down since Biden has been in office. It's nowhere near where it was at when it reached freaking an all-time high when Trump was in office at the end of last year.
So where's it now?
It's below where it was.
No, it's not. You're looking at the chart. You're looking at the chart, right? You're looking at the chart right now. Where is it now compared to that's a chart over time?
You just lost.
Where?
You just lost a shitload of jobs. How is the market not down?
That's the economy. It's not the market, sir. There's two different things. The market
is the damn economy.
No, it's not, sir.
Oh my God. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna be intellectually dishonest.
No, sir. You said the market.
Anybody with an ounce of common sense knows that Biden right now is a horrible president.
Why?
You even have his own supporters turning on him right now.
Well, then, how long he's been in office, man?
Long enough to fuck up.
How long been in office?
Long enough to fuck up. What has he done significantly?
How long has he been in office?
What has he done?
Give me numbers, sir. You're acting like a strag right now, sir. You're acting like a strag right now, sir.
What has he done?
You're acting like a strag right now, sir. Give me a solid answer. Give me a solid answer.
What has he done? What has he done since he has got in office to supposedly fix the quote unquote mess that y'all claim Trump made?
Roll out of the vaccines, passing the stimulus
bills. Actually, no, that was Trump that rolled out.
No, he didn't. He wasn't in office. He wasn't in office. He was not in office.
BGS.
He was not in office.
BGS. Incorrect.
No, it's not.
Trump rolled out vaccines.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You know what?
No, he didn't.
Not watching CNN.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You need to stop watching CNN.
I don't watch CNN.
Yes, he did.
I don't watch CNN.
Yes, he did.
I don't watch
You
CNN.
just told me that it was
Trump
Trump.
did roll out the vaccine.
I said Trump did what? The plans were already there. Okay.
He made the plans.
The thing is, he's in charge of the rollout. Trump, when everybody knows, when we got there, they said, "Where's the rollout plan for the vaccines?" Guess what? Trump didn't have one.
Wait a minute.
That is a lie.
Yeah. Well, prove it's a lie. Prove it's a lie.
That is a lie.
Prove it.
Hold on a second.
That is a lie.
Prove it.
Roll out.
Prove it.
Trump did roll out the vaccines, and the moment Biden got in office, he adopted what Trump was already doing.
No, he didn't. No,
yes,
he didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't.
BGS, you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. Prove it.
Flat out
Prove
lying.
it. Prove it.
Hold on.
I haven't called you a liar yet.
Hold on.
I'm not lying. You're the one that's lying.
You're looking at a market.
I'm calling a spade a spade.
You're looking at a chart and saying that it's not the chart. No, bullshit. Man.
I have been covering this for the entire time.
You're stating facts that are not true, man.
They're not facts. Let me give you a fact. Let me give you a fact.
A fact by definition is true. Now who's acting like a flag?
On December 10th of 2020, the stock market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, was 29,999 points. Yesterday, it closed at 31,802 points. The stock market is higher with Biden as president than it was towards the end of Trump's presidency. So what you're saying is completely unfactual.
Hey, first of all, I'm talking to BGS, not you, BGS.
No, don't you want the fact?
I'm showing you the chart, man. I'm showing you the chart.
Check this out.
But where does it matter where you get the facts from? We're acting like a drag.
I told you.
Like a drag. I'm telling you.
I told you.
What you tell me? What you tell me?
Last year.
Yes, sir.
BGS, not BGS, Beasley. I told you last year, straight to you and the general. I said, I hope this motherfucker do get in office so I can prove how dumb you niggas are.
You're making a fact.
The thing is, he's only been in office like a month and a half.
Not even 60 days.
Not even 60 days. He's got 4 years for that to happen. Okay,
you're
got 4 years.
You're gonna root against this.
It doesn't matter. You got 4 years to prove how dumb he is.
Can I show this real quick?
He may be dumb. You could be a dumb.
Go ahead and show it. Go ahead and show it.
You could be a dumb president and the economy does well.
This is a news article from the BBC. It says COVID-19 was in the U.S. vaccine rollout was a dismal failure under Trump.
Yeah, that could be in the.
I can post this into the link for everybody to look, but
yeah, but you could probably. But you know what?
These are called facts, and they don't want to see it.
But to be fair,
actually, I'll go ahead and post this into for everybody in the chat so to see. But I mean. It was a failure under Trump, and then January 20th is when Biden rolled it out.
But to be fair,
Institute of International Affairs.
What some people don't seem to want to be fair. To be fair, someone can write an article and use some facts and make a completely different argument. But there is a fact about the stock market.
Every single article that you're showing me.
Mm-hmm.
I can go pull articles that will say something to the contrary.
That's probably right.
This has been going on. This has been going on all of last year, which is the main reason the general public does not have any trust in the media. Okay, there's been a constant campaign to make Trump's administration look like it was a utter failure.
It was.
No, it was not.
It was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was under. It failed under his watch, man.
You do not break records in a failed administration, BGS.
Oh, let me show you this that was under his watch, right? Using the market. You see that? Hold on a second. You see this shit? Let me share the screen real quick.
Successful administrations get reelected.
You see that goddamn plunge? You see that goddamn plunge? You see? Oh, whoa! Hey!
Wait!
No, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hey! Wait a minute!
No, he said
Let me
something I
speak.
can't address
Let
it.
me speak. I haven't said anything yet.
I didn't say you. Beasley said something to me. I'm trying to address it.
Now look, you see that big, you see
some goofy shit over here.
You see that big dip right there. You see that crash right there. You see that crash.
Real talk.
You see that crash. You see that crash downward, one of the biggest crashes on record in the history of the United States. Who was that under?
When did that occur, BGS?
That March of 2020.
March of 2020. When what happened? Hold on. When what happened?
It's because of COVID.
Because of COVID.
Exactly. And if it wasn't, and just like that bitch Biden, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have a goddamn thing to.
Hey, if that goddamn doofus motherfucker didn't actually open up gain of function and do what he's supposed to fucking do, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. If the motherfucker didn't fuck up, it wouldn't have happened.
Funny to me,
it wouldn't happen if you hadn't fucked up.
Funny to me is how you niggas sit in here like
who opened up the program? Who opened up the goddamn program? Who opened up the goddamn program?
How you sit in here
opened up the goddamn program?
Promoting somebody.
Who opened up the goddamn program? Who opened up the program?
That's what's
opened up the program.
That's what's amazing to me.
Who opened up the program?
That's what's amazing to me.
Who opened up the program?
Who opened up the program?
It was Trump opened up the goddamn program in the first place. No, it's not a lie. It's fact. It's facts. It's facts.
Another fucking lie.
Don't look it up.
Another lie.
It's facts.
Another fucking lie.
Look how nice and neat your icons are. Your icons are nice and neat.
Talking about motherfucking successful administrations get reelected.
He was a disaster. He was a disaster,
motherfuckers
man.
Don't cheat.
He's a damn cheat. Prove it, man.
I can't. Oh, I can definitely do that.
Go take it to a judge and prove it. Go take it to a judge. Go take it to a judge. Go take it to a judge.
Angry man. Hold on.
You know what it's called, BGS?
Conservative.
It's called the Constitution of the United States of America.
Conservative judges that were appointed by Trump
threw this shit out
from state to state, threw those cases out because they're of no merit.
Check this out. So is this the chance that I get to fucking bring the case, or you gonna talk over me?
No, but okay. I'll say this: you can bring the case if you allow the same kind of respect that you want. You can do that.
It's Article 1.
Oh God.
It's Article 2.
Pull it up.
It's Article.
Pull it up. You're at a computer. Pull it up.
Hold on.
Just like everybody else, pull it up.
You're gonna have to let this go one day, Angry Man. He lost the election, man. I'm sorry to tell you.
Hey, yo, check this out, Beasley.
I'm serious, man.
Check this out, nigga.
I can't believe you're still holding on to this.
You want to gloat about this? Check this out.
I'm not gloating about it.
I've been talking about. Hold on. Check this out. No, check this out.
We don't care
because I don't have no patience for cowards. Okay, I've been talking about this since I don't know how long. Bring your bitch ass to my channel and talk about this so that you don't have the fucking advantage of BGS shutting niggas down while they trying to talk.
I haven't sure you been talking.
So you can scream and holler and threaten to kill me?
Get the fuck out of here.
You lunatic.
Excuse me.
So you can offer me a plane ticket out to come out there and you gonna shoot you because of this stupid shit?
When the fuck have I ever threatened to kill anybody?
You did it. Now you sounded like Donald Trump.
Wow. So this is the type of bitch ass niggas you put on your platform.
Yeah.
Lying ass niggas.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what?
When the fuck have I ever threatened to kill anybody?
Valdez.
When have I ever threatened to kill anybody?
Basically, I'm calm down, man.
Calm down.
And bring your points. Calm down. Bring your point.
I've never threatened to kill nobody.
Valdez, calm down and bring up your evidence.
Beat somebody up, maybe?
No, hey.
Beasley, stop, man.
Stop. Calm down, bring up your evidence.
Share my screen.
I don't see it.
Wait a minute.
There you go.
In the Constitution, Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2, each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in Congress, but no senator or representative or person holding office of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed an elector. The problem we had with the fucking election, none of the other shit mattered. The ballots, none of that shit mattered. The problem that we had is the key states which determined the election. You had people change the legislation who were not in a position to change the legislation. In Georgia, you had Stacey Abrams, who did a fucking deal with the governor using the Voters' Rights Act, basically saying that Black people were being disenfranchised if they had to have an ID or if they had to have this or if they had to have that. Now, the problem with it was she did not have the power to do that. The state legislature didn't even know about it until after the fact. Michigan, you had the same thing that happened. In Michigan, you had an issue where whenever you have an election and you have the freaking precincts, parties are supposed to have equal representation when they are counting the ballots. They were not allowed to count the ballots, which makes that a null and void situation.
So how?
Then when you go over to Wisconsin, Wisconsin has very strict rules when it comes to absentee ballots. When it comes to absentee ballots, they have to have an application. There were numerous ballots that would actually tip the favor of that freaking state. They did not have any applications, and by their own law, they're supposed to throw that out. But what they did is they went in, not Republican representatives, but Democrat representatives. They went in and they changed it so that they wouldn't have to do that. In the state of the Commonwealth of Philadelphia, you also had a situation where you had the Democratic Supreme Court that went and changed the rules when it comes to voting. Now, once these things came out, and Trump and his legal team and numerous other legal teams, because it wasn't just Trump that was suing these states for these situations. Numerous legal teams, when they went to these courts, courts cited, "Oh, you have no standing."
Okay.
Which is the same loophole that they always use when they want to be on some discriminatory shit. Now, as far as somebody saying, "Oh, well, those were conservative
judges."
Judges. First of all, those are not Trump's judges. Those are Mitch McConnell's judges. Those are not Trump's judges. When Trump got in office, Mitch McConnell was not even sure if he wanted to deal with Trump. He made a deal with Trump and brought him a list of conservative judges. Those are not Trump's judges. Those are Mitch's judges. And if you notice, when the shit went down, Mitch was not on Trump's side. So why would his judges be on his side?
Well, it doesn't matter. When you take it in front of a judge, it's a judge's authority to actually rule on constitution matters like this and legislation.
But here's the problem, BGS.
It failed.
BGS, here's the problem. I hear what you're saying. Yes, it failed. That's not the point.
What's the point?
Is they did not rule on it. They didn't see it. When a judge says lack of standing, they're not even viewing the evidence. That's not a ruling.
They have to view the evidence, and then basically
No,
you had a whole bunch of judges, and I read through it and said, where is your evidence?
BGS, I read through it too. I read through the cases that they were bringing. The state of Texas brought a case. I read all of it. They had viable evidence. The problem was,
what is this? What did the state of Texas try to bring?
The state of Texas tried to bring a lawsuit
to the Supreme Court
against the other states by basically citing that if they have to follow the Constitution, other states should have to follow the Constitution as well. And when they saw that case, it was Judge Roberts who did not want to see the case.
They all didn't want to see the case.
No.
Yes. I read. Hold. Look. Either we're gonna have a discussion or we're not.
We can't have a discussion if you won't let me finish.
No. But either we're gonna have a discussion. Either we're gonna have a discussion or we're not.
Wow.
Okay. Either I can talk or I can't. Which one is it? If we're gonna have a back and forth, unless you just want to give a whole soliloquy, and you can tell me when you finish, and we go back point by point.
You asked me a question, and Judge Alito and Clarence Thomas, they were going to see the case. In fact, there was one particular senator that pointed out that there was an argument where Judge Roberts said he didn't want to see the fucking case because Judge Roberts cannot stand Trump. That is a known fact.
It has nothing to do with that.
He's the chief justice there. So if he decides that they're not going to see the case, they're not going to fucking see the case.
Why did they throw the Texas case out and refuse to even hear it? It's because each state is charged with its own electoral apparatus. Okay, one state, no other state can interfere with the propriety of any state's handling of an election, a certain state's rights that they have. Okay, including Texas.
However, the reason why they brought that case, and the case actually did have merit, regardless of the fact that each state is charged with running their own election. The problem is, even though they are charged with running their own election, they have a constitutional responsibility to follow the rules that are set not only by the federal constitution, but by each state.
The federal constitution does not set election rules for state by state.
But it does set rules for the presidency. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You can't. In other words, when they set up when they set up an election, it's not just. Can I speak, sir?
BGS.
Can I speak, sir?
BGS.
Can I speak, sir?
BGS.
Can I speak, sir?
You're not going to tell me something.
Can I speak, sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Can I speak, sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Can I speak, sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Can I speak, sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Sir?
You're not going to tell me something that I know.
Sir?
You're not going to tell me.
In other words, you want to tell me something I can't respond back. That's what you're trying to say.
You want to tell me something that I know is not true.
Well, prove it. Why did Judge Roberts throw out the case?
Judge Roberts threw out the case because his ass don't like Trump.
No. Legally. Yes.
Legally, he used one of the fucking goofiest fucking lack of standing is the same shit.
No, it's states' rights, sir. That's why he threw it out. States' rights.
States have rights, but their
exactly.
rights are
That's why he threw it out, sir.
State rights are still rights. BGS, state rights are still bound by their state constitution.
No, by their state constitution. Their state violate Valdez. If you're gonna scream, I'm gonna go to bed.
Then go to bed, nigga. You're not gonna tell me some shit that I know. I don't give a fuck if this is your channel. I'm a man like you a man. Fuck is wrong with you? This the same shit as last time. You think you're right all the goddamn time, and you're not. You're wrong. And not only are you wrong, but you're dead wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I can pull up several fucking constitutional lawyers that have brought the same argument. And that's their field of study. Is that your field of study? No. I can point out several constitutional lawyers